Patrick Mahomes has been making a lot of headlines, but is he really worth the hype? How good is Patrick Mahomes actually? His stardom began before he even played in the NFL. When Patrick Mahomes was in high school, his arm was so powerful that the Detroit Tigers drafted him to be a major league pitcher. Could you imagine? However, instead of pursuing a professional baseball career like his father, Patrick decided to pave his own path by going to college and pursuing his dream of being an NFL quarterback. And boy, did he ever make a good decision. Mahomes was a revelation as soon as he arrived at Texas Tech University. His cannon arm and poise under pressure set him apart as he surpassed the 5,000-yard passing mark in multiple seasons for the Red Raiders. And in one game in particular against the Oklahoma Sooners, Mahomes broke a ridiculous record by throwing for 734 yards and 5 touchdowns in a single game. The 734 yards was more than any quarterback had ever thrown in a single game. And if that wasn't enough, he also rushed for 85 yards and 2 touchdowns in the same game. The guy was already looking like a ninja superhero pretending to be a human. In just 3 college seasons, Mahomes accumulated an incredible 11,252 passing yards and 93 touchdown passes. But don't forget that he has feet to match his crazy arm. His combined passing and rushing yards during his college career surpassed 16,000, leaving no doubt that he was going to be a star at the next level. So when Mahomes was entering the NFL draft, teams were lining up to draft him. Sort of like how you should be lining up to like this video and subscribe to our channel. I mean, come on, what are you waiting for? Another player to come into the NFL and break even more records than Mahomes? Well, Mahomes was selected as the 10th overall pick by the Kansas City Chiefs in the 2017 NFL Draft. The selection made him the second quarterback to go in his draft class after the Chicago Bears picked Mitch Trubisky second overall. Whoopsies! In retrospect, the Bears wish they could get a mulligan on that pick cause Trubisky was about as good as hot garbage in the NFL for Chicago. And Mahomes became a stud. Mahomes' first season in the NFL, he was forced to wait his turn and play the backup role to veteran starter Alex Smith. But once he took over as the starting quarterback for the Chiefs, his impact was immediate. In his first full season as a starter in 2018, he set the league on fire by posting 5,097 passing yards and 50 touchdown passes. He became the second quarterback to ever throw 50 touchdowns and 5,000 yards in a single season. The only quarterback to do it before him was the legendary Peyton Manning during the 2013 season. His outstanding performances earned him the league's Most Valuable Player award in only his first year as a starting quarterback. And as impressive as his 2018 season was, he was only just getting started. As he developed, Mahomes continued to torment defenses. In just his second season as a starter, he achieved the quickest ascension to 10,000 career passing yards in league history. The feat took Mahomes just 34 games, outshining the likes of all-time greats like Peyton Manning and Dan Marino. And then when the playoffs began, he shifted his game into another gear. He led the Chiefs to 3 consecutive comebacks against the Texans, Titans, and the 49ers to win the Super Bowl. It was a historical performance. He became the youngest Super Bowl MVP in league history. And in his playoff run, he had a ridiculous quarterback rating of 111.5, which he earned by throwing for over 900 yards and 10 touchdowns over the epic 3-game stretch. His 12 combined touchdowns in the air and on the ground set an all-time record which was previously set by the great Joe Montana in the 1990s. And Patty's career was still just getting started. He continued to shatter records the following season. During the 2020 season, Mahomes continued to add to his impressive touchdown count, surpassing the record for the most touchdown passes thrown in a player's first 3 seasons. He broke this record in just 37 games, the previous mark which was set by Dan Marino. Mahomes also reached 10,000 career passing yards in just 34 games, making him the fastest quarterback to achieve this milestone, surpassing the previous record held by Hall of Famer Kurt Warner. By the end of the 2020 season, Mahomes had accumulated more passing yards before age 26 than any quarterback in history, a record that was also previously held by Marino. Not only that, but Mahomes became the first player in NFL history to throw 30 or more touchdown passes in 3 consecutive seasons. It only took Mahomes 40 games to throw 100 career passing touchdowns. He became the fastest player to reach the mark, outpacing legends like Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. He finished the season with the most yards per game in the entire NFL and the lowest interception percentage in the league as well. Mahomes' torrid pace he was setting was unheard of. His ability to get out of the pocket and make plays downfield was reminiscent of an evolved version of Aaron Rodgers. In the playoffs, Mahomes led the Chiefs to the Super Bowl before getting beat by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mahomes put up a valiant effort in the loss, but it wasn't quite enough to capture his second consecutive Super Bowl title. The next season, in 2021, Patrick Mahomes led the Chiefs to the AFC Championship game with another historical stretch of playoff games. In his 3 games, he tied his own record mark by accumulating 12 touchdowns in the air and on the ground combined. Mahomes also threw for over 1,000 yards and posted a quarterback rating of 118.8, the highest mark of his postseason career. It wasn't enough to win the Super Bowl, but the numbers were still solidifying Mahomes' place in the NFL record books. And then in the 2022 NFL season, Mahomes worked on his game and continued to improve. He came back noticeably stronger, faster, and smarter. And he took his craft to a whole other level once again by posting one of the most incredible seasons the league has ever seen. Despite losing Tyreek Hill, one of the best receivers in football, Mahomes won his second MVP title. He combined 5,250 yards passing with 548 yards rushing to put up more yardage in a single season than any other player in the history of the NFL. Then the brilliance of Mahomes' season extended into the playoffs, where he just kept piling it on. During the postseason, he recorded 703 yards and 7 touchdowns without throwing a single interception, all while maintaining a remarkable 72% completion percentage. Among quarterbacks with over 100 attempts, Mahomes' completion percentage ranked as the 3rd best in NFL history, only trailing his own performance in 2021 and Nick Foles in 2017. In terms of quarterback rating during the playoffs, adjusting for historical inflation, Mahomes would have held the 4th best passer rating in NFL history. Mahomes' deep ball accuracy was particularly noteworthy as he completed attempts down the field at higher rate than quarterbacks from older eras of the NFL. When it was all said and done, Mahomes captured his 2nd Super Bowl championship by beating the Philadelphia Eagles. He became the first player to win the MVP and the Super Bowl MVP in the same season since Kurt Warner did it in the 1999-2000 season. Clearly, the guy can throw a football. But how is he rewriting the record books? What does Mahomes do differently? For starters, his ability to thrive in various offensive schemes, from traditional pocket passing to executing daring plays outside the pocket, has redefined the position. He is equally capable of making precise throws on the run as he is at picking apart defenses while standing in the pocket. He's just so damn versatile. In a lot of ways, Mahomes is the ultimate combo of everything you look for in a quarterback. He can read defenses, make plays with his feet, make every throw, and is a natural-born leader. But one hallmark of a great quarterback is their ability to rise to the occasion in critical moments. That clutch gene, so to speak. And time after time, Mahomes has elevated his performance in high-pressure situations. From orchestrating game-winning drives to leading the Kansas City Chiefs to their first Super Bowl victory in 50 years, Mahomes has consistently proven his mettle when it matters most. His calm demeanor under pressure and ability to rally his team to victory make him a true leader on the field. Coaches, teammates, and fans love the guy, and for good reason. In addition to having a rocket launcher for an arm, Mahomes has the versatility to beat defenses however he deems necessary. Like other new school quarterbacks, Mahomes doesn't just beat you with his arm, he can dance right around you with his feet as well. His mobility and agility allow him to evade defenders and extend plays, adding an extra dimension to his game. In a lot of ways, his athleticism is what separates him most from the all-time great passers from previous generations. His innovative playing style has inspired a new generation of quarterbacks who now seek to emulate his unorthodox yet highly effective techniques. Whether throwing sidearm, on the run, or even with his left hand, Mahomes has inspired with his ability to make plays at all costs. His competitive nature and innate ability to win at all costs drives opposing coaching staffs nuts. And the wildest part? Mahomes is only 28 years old with 2 Super Bowl titles and 2 MVP awards. He's only getting better from here. At the pace he's going, he is going to shatter the record books and eventually stand alone as the greatest football player the world has ever seen. It is extremely rare that an athlete can dominate the way that Mahomes has already in his NFL career. So now you know how good Patrick Mahomes actually is. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, check out the other videos currently up on your screen if you want to keep on watching our NFL-related content.